So one of the cool features is autopilot. I think that's one of the best features of this car, honestly. So the car's got cameras all around it. It's got 2 cameras up in front, I think, 2 or 3 up here. There's 2 more right under this, the mirrors, 2 on the side pillars, 1 in the back. So it's got, like, I don't know, 8 to 10 cameras around it. Always monitoring your surroundings, so you can actually see that they do this superimposed display here. It shows the cars around you. There's a truck next to us there. There's like a couple of cars around us, front and back of us. So the car's giving you confidence that it knows what's around you. You can actually see the red lights. It sees there's 2 green lights up here. There's literally 2 green lights, 2 left lights. Then it sees that the lights turn green. So we're gonna turn green with the light, and now we're gonna engage autopilot. So this car has the basic autopilot, and the other one behind has the full self-driving autopilot. So we're gonna try that as well. But so with basic autopilot, you just double tap the stalk right here, and when I mean double tap, you just tap it down. Well, first of all, you're gonna see a steering wheel here saying the car is ready to drive, this gray steering wheel, and I'm gonna double tap it. So once I double tap it, the car is in autopilot, and it's just kind of going ahead and just maintaining lane right now, and that's what it's doing. It starts out with the speed limit. If you feel like the car was kind of running off on you, just quickly scroll down these scroll wheels down here to slow the speed, and when I scroll this, you can kind of see the speed dropping down there. So it's 29. So this is my max speed, even though the speed limit is 35. So I'm gonna bump it up a little bit more, not to hold up traffic a bit. So I'm gonna bump up to 34, 35, and then the car is doing 35 max. Now if there's someone in front of you doing a little bit less, okay, I asked for 40 right now, so we're 40. So, you know, it just kind of goes along the road. It's not gonna make turns for you. It's just going, maintaining lane, and it'll curve, it'll full of cars around you, and every once in a while you'll see this blue flashing light where they kind of want your hands on the wheel to say you're still there. So I'll just do a quick nudge on the steering wheel. Not if you kind of yank it too much, you'll break it out of autopilot. So if I push a little bit on the steering wheel like that, you hear that beep, I kind of went out of autopilot, but I'm still in cruise control. So I'm gonna hit the brakes here, turns everything off. Let's kind of get on a better lane here, and I'm going to show autopilot again. So I got to make a right turn, but autopilot's not going to make your right turn for you. That's a software update that's supposed to come soon, and there's like betas of that on YouTube. But right turns you got to make yourself. Now with the full autopilot, the enhanced autopilot or full self-driving, it'll actually change lanes for you and get off the exit if you're on the highway. We're not on the highway now, we're in a local street. So we're just gonna do basic autopilot again on this local street. So I'm turning right here, and then here we go again. I want to engage autopilot. So here the speed limit is 45. So if I engage autopilot, it'll feel like the car wants to run off on you. So again, double tap over here, and you're in autopilot. The car is racing up to 45. I can slow it down here. To get out of autopilot, just push this stalk back up, and you're out of autopilot. The blue indicator goes off. So you can go in and out of autopilot a couple of times. You don't have to. So here I am again. I go out. I'm off of autopilot. I'm in autopilot. Now, just to show you the following features of autopilot, I'm gonna go behind this guy. So we're behind this guy, and then I get into autopilot. So that light is red. He's gonna slow down to stop. So the car is, I can feel it decelerating right now, and you see it watching the car. So I'm not even tapping the pedal right now. So the car is actually slowing down. It's the car in front of me, and coming to a full stop. So you don't have to stop. Now, if you have the full self-driving software pack, it'll actually stop at the red light for you. But with the basic autopilot, it'll only stop if there's somebody stopped in front of the red light. So pay attention to that. You're still fully responsible for the driving, okay? So you have to be aware of your surroundings and focus on your driving. But this definitely relieves the strain on just maintaining lane and you can just relax your brain a little bit for other things. Right, so the lights turning green. They're gonna go off. You can see the car just kind of scooting up and going with them. So now the car's taking off and following the traffic there. So that's autopilot right there for you. This is really great for stop and go traffic. Really, really good for stop and go traffic. I'm getting the blue flashing light. I just tapped on the nudged on the steering wheel a little bit. Now they're taking off, but my max speed is 38. So this car is gonna go up to 38 and just hold 38 miles per hour. I'm gonna bump it up a little bit because everybody likes to do a little bit more over here. So I bumped it up to 45 so we can keep up with traffic. So we're keeping up with traffic. You see it reading street signs. Now on local roads, it will not let you go more than 45 miles per hour. Sorry. On local roads, it doesn't let you go more than 5 miles per hour over the speed limit, whatever the speed limit sign it's seen on local roads. On the highway, however, I think, depending on which Tesla you have, they can go up to 90 miles an hour, or right now it's 80 miles an hour for the newer 2021s that don't have the radar on them. But if you have the older 2020 models, they can go up to 90 miles an hour. I heard it's a software update. It's a whole long story. We'll do a separate video on that. But here goes autopilot. We're following people. Now this is a good case coming up here. We have a couple of curves coming up here. So let's see how autopilot handles these curves. All right, so we got a full intersection coming up there. We're riding autopilot right through. It's maintaining nicely right now at my 45 speed. So here we go, very interesting curve coming up in there. It hops right in nicely. Makes a nice curve. So it's doing the steering for you. You can see that. You don't have to deal with the steering. You'll see the car. It's doing the auto steer for us right here. And we're making nice curves, following up with traffic, no problem. So that's the relaxation, convenience part of it. You still gotta pay attention, you know, no sleeping, jumping in the back seat or all that. But as far as just the strain of maintaining lane and following traffic, the car is doing that for you, right? So you can see right here, it's seeing everything. It sees the cars coming opposite us. It's displaying that in the graphics here. It sees the one in front of us. And it's got this whole UI thing here that it just displays what's going on around you. And we're still going, maintaining curve. So that's the beauty of autopilot. If you have the full self-driving, you can ask it to change lanes, and it'll actually change lanes for you by hitting the right blinker, and it'll do that. So now we're coming up to the stoplight again here, and the car is already slowing down. You see a whole bunch of traffic merging in here. It's slowing down. I'm relaxed, and we're slowing down to a complete stop. The guy in front of us has stopped, and we're 15, 14, 13, 12, and we're stopped, right? So that's the stop and go I'm talking about, right? You don't have to do the pedals, the brakes, the steering. That's like a lot of brain work that the car takes off for you. And then you can monitor traffic and monitor the environment, but you're not actually doing the controls. Sometimes you can have your hands on the wheels. I mean, you should have your hands on the wheel.